know the wisdom around this. It promises to be a productive conversation.
Okay, let's get to the dailies, and we're being joined in the program by public affairs analyst who always joins us to have this conversation. Mr. Adeniyi Fetayo is also a media consultant. Mr. Adeniyi, thank you so much for coming on the program bright and early. So let's see how much justice we can do to the conversation. I think let's start from the Vanguard newspaper. Let's begin from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. The Vanguard is leading by that headline, anti-Tinubu coalition. Anti-Tinubu coalition, North alone can't decide 2027 presidency. That's coming from Tanko Yakasai of the ACF, that's Arewa Consultative Forum. It says North has the numbers to decide who wins. ACF. We're not after power, but fixing Nigeria. League of Northern Democrats. Coalition remains on course. Articles aid. So that is the conversation we're having when we should be measuring the midterm performance of this president. But politicians will have a different conversation entirely. Mr. Ifetayo, your thoughts?
Yeah, yeah. First and foremost, you know, when the priority of Nigerian people are not their own priority, and that's where you see that this kind of conversation is the one dominating the media space, or that is at their table. But of course, like they said, one particular region can't decide who become the president in 2027. Like they said, that a tree does not make a forest. So you need that region, you need the other geopolitical zone to get the number. Remember, it is constitutional that there are, what do I call it, the percentage or the quota you must get from each region, even if you are to be declared the winner of election. But it's just a pity that that is what is in their mind, who lead the country in the next two years or thereabout. So they've forgot about what the country is grasping with. I thought it should be their own way of checking the government that you are not doing right in this way. This is what you are supposed to be doing. But now they are calculating who become the president. That's why most of the politicians, they don't have the heart of, they don't have the love of the people in their hearts. It's just only a personal interest. But we just pray that God save us from this kind of thing. That I thought it's high time they should be discussing, like one of the things we are going to look at, the drug abuse, the illiteracy, the poverty, the killing. Not this conversation taking the center stage anyway.
All right, Mr. Fetayo, I know there are other headlines as well. Rivers, just above the nameplate, Rivers, setback for PDP governors as Delta pulls out of suit before Supreme Court. That was expected, apparently. VDM to be released today, faces multiple charges on Thursday. Bukola, you have the next paper.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of the next paper, let's take a look at this Nigeria. This Nigeria newspaper this morning is also looking at, you know, some bit of economics where we started off from. Nigeria's first policy, FG bans foreign goods that can be produced locally. MDA stopped from procuring foreign goods or services already available locally. FEC says measure will promote homegrown product. Mr. Ifetayo, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this one, and of course, how quickly the ministries will implement this one as against the promised reduction in the tariff for imported food last year that never really came through. I'd like you to you know, speak to us on this one.
Well, it's a good one. Making a policy is a good one. Implementing it is another thing. I thought they should also reel out any MDAs that flout the directive of the new policy. You know, in Nigeria, we are good. Oh, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. But once that thing is passed into law or it becomes effective, how are the implementation? How is it going to make sure, you know, there's what they call bill of lading when a good is coming into the country. You know what and what that is coming in. So what will the role of the custom? What will be the role of maybe the police, those who are securing our borders? You know, let me let you know that our border is one of the most porous, stand to be corrected in this part of the world. So how are they going to checkmate all that? So, and have they put measure in place to make sure the homegrown can meet Nigerian needs and all of that? So let's see how it goes. It's a good one. Let's give kudos to them. But I just felt that they should do more the role that the custom will play, those securing our borders, and how can the homegrown meet up the quota. I felt that they should say if you are bringing any foreign good, there should be tariff, maybe 60% increase or 70% increase to discourage them. Why the homegrown producer or manufacturer will tighten their belt to make sure to meet the need of Nigerians.
Okay, let's get to the Guardian newspaper, which is leading with something that I consider very disturbing and absolutely concerning. And it's very worrying despite the efforts of the NDLEA. And this is the headline from the Guardian. Nigeria risks losing youth generation to drug abuse. Mental health crisis. Nigeria risks losing youth generation to drug abuse. Mental health crisis. And the depiction is not good at all. They say 1 in 7 Nigerians between the ages of 15 and 64 uses drugs. 14.4% age 15 to 64 affected. 82.5% of boys in corrections challenge. Now this is even more disturbing. Children as young as 11 now abuse substances. Mr. Fetayo.
Yes, it's so alarming, and the number and the figure that is a crisis, and I thought that aspect of our life should be declared state of emergency so that it can be looked into critically. And not just saying this is our problem. I think it should be tackled headlong. What are the causes? And if you look at this, one of the causes should be poverty. And when people, they don't have means to good life, and they just do anyhow. Some part of our country, as long as you are 7 years old or 11 years old, I stand to be corrected, you don't stay with your parents, just go anyhow, go on the street. The high number of, we have one of the highest number of illiteracy when it comes to children and all of that, out of school. Those are the things that government should readdress. And of course, the reorientation, let's know the effect. And I may ask, yes, NNDA, they are doing, we caught drug pusher, we caught this. They are not shaming them publicly. Are they being sentenced? What are the penalty, meted to them, so that these are the things that can serve as deterrent, and let them show the statistics. Yes, we know that this is what we are going through, and if you do this, even from the school, they can open a health club in most of the primary schools. Just unfortunate that most of those private schools, that's where you see some of these club, health club, press club, and all of that. They should bring it to public school as well, so that these children can be reorientated, these children can be educated when it comes to drug abuse, the use of the drug abuse and all of that. So I think it's high time they declare state of emergency before it takes toll on our future leaders.
Mr. Fetayo, for always coming through to help us out on looking at what the dailies are actually saying. Mr. Denny Fetayo is a public affairs analyst and a media consultant. Thank you, sir.
I didn't hear that.
I was thanking you for coming on the program. Thank you.
Hello.
All right, just thank you. So that's it as far as the papers are concerned. We'll be right back in just a moment.